Hey, oh, sorry. Hey guys, my computer just went black all of a sudden. It's a Terry. Hey guys, welcome on into the episode Picks on Net NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm Terry Edelman, your host, ready to break down the Tuesday slate. Yesterday's slate, I really didn't like it. My only play was Quinton Byfield anytime goal. Unfortunately, the LA Kings only scored one goal against the Wild. Huge win for the Wild. My only other play was going to be Kings in regulation or Kings puck line, so I'm just glad that I stayed away from that. MLB did not go well, but I'll recap that in the MLB show. So overall, yesterday in the NHL, 0-1. And then I believe a small losing day on Saturday. It's been a little bit of a rough go for me the last few days. So we're looking to get things back on track here with today's slate. And we've got a few really good games to go over, which we'll, of course, get to. First, we'll take a look at the updated standings heading into today's games. In the Atlantic, wow, do we have a close race here. Florida in first with 85, Tampa and Toronto both in second and third with 83. The regulation overtime wins are all really close between those three teams. So we could be in for a really close race here. Now, at the current moment, Toronto's not really playing very well. So we'll see for them if they can turn things around. But very close race here in the top of the Atlantic. In the Metro, Washington in first with 96, Carolina with 86, and the New Jersey Devils with 80 points. Top two wildcard spots, Ottawa Senators in first with 77, New York Rangers in the second wildcard spot with 72. But Montreal is only 1 point behind them with 2 games in hand. Detroit, 2 points behind. Columbus, 2 points behind. Boston's only 3 points behind. The Islanders, 4. And then you've got Pittsburgh, Philly, and Buffalo at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. In the West, Dallas running away with the Central Division, 98 points. Dallas in second with 87. Colorado, 2 points behind Dallas with 85. Vegas in first with 86. The Pacific, Edmonton in second. The LA Kings 1 point behind with 81. The Wild with a very important win for them in the wild card race with teams below them all playing tonight and all having won games recently. So the Wild 81 points, 8 points ahead of the Vancouver Canucks with 73. St. Louis also tied with 73. And then you've got Calgary and Utah, both only 2 points behind, looking to get themselves in a playoff spot. Anaheim and Seattle, 65-63. And then you've got the bottom three of the Western Conference. And there is an E beside the San Jose Sharks. Unfortunately, since we did the last show, the Sharks have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. Expect Chicago to be joining them very, very soon, heading in the next show or two. If you guys like the show, make sure to hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. We are going to jump into today's slate in just a second. I actually realized that I didn't even load the backgrounds. So, wow, I am slacking this morning. So bear with me while I get those ready. And I'm assuming you guys can probably see that. So we'll go back here. Oops. A mess today. I'm a mess. Let's go, Terry. Hey, Robert. How's it going? Terry, ... Hello, Nicholas. How's it going? What's up, Terry? Great slate. Let's smash the books. That is the plan. Columbus is playing themselves out of the playoffs. And you know what? Hey, Columbus, and you know, Nick will attest to this. I'm not a fan of money puck. I'm not really a fan of expected goals. But the expected goals said that it should have been like a 4-1 or 5-1 game for Columbus. But they couldn't solve Jake Allen, which unfortunately is going to happen sometimes for Columbus. So just a rough game at finishing. They just couldn't finish yesterday. Jumped on Mini Live after they tied the game. Kings cannot win low-scoring games. Kings must score more than 2 to win. All right. Bear with me for a second. Great spot for the Wild last night. I don't know. I was in disagreement. The Kings have played the Wild very well recently, and the Wild just aren't scoring, aren't playing well. Of course, Hartman, Spurgeon, I bet both of those guys the night before. They didn't get any points, but of course, I stay off that game. They both get the points, and the Wild win. So maybe I just need to stay away from Wild games. Maybe that'll help them win. But we'll go back here. Sharks playoffs, bad beat. Yeah, bad beat. Columbus regression, really though, Nick? They actually played extremely, extremely well. Your favorite stats, expected goals, said that Columbus should have smashed that game. They just couldn't actually put the puck in the net. Columbus is doing what Ottawa was doing the past 2 seasons. Their inexperience has taken them out of the playoffs position at the end of the season. In the end, who here had Columbus making the playoffs this year? Preseason. Probably nobody. So they had a much better season than people expected. Fantilli and Ken Johnson, yeah, they've both been good for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Think I've got everything set up now for the show, so we should be good to go. We're going to jump into the first game. The New York Islanders, -110. Pittsburgh Penguins, -110. Total 6 here in the first game of the night. Ilya Sorokin likely for the Islanders. Tristan Jarry confirmed for Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh has won all 4 games since Jarry's come up from the AHL. 2.24 goals against average and a .930 save percentage for Jarry. What happened? What happened to Tristan Jarry? He's been absolutely lights out since coming back from the AHL. The Islanders here, they are struggling right now, trying to stay in the playoff race. But overall, they have been, let me bring it up here for a second. They have been losing games recently. Are coming off a 4-2 win against Florida, but 3 consecutive losses, scoring only 1 goal in each of the previous 3 games. So the Islanders not doing too well. The Penguins, as I said, they've won 4 in a row. Minnesota, Vegas, St. Louis, and New Jersey. So those are not 4 bums that the Pittsburgh Penguins beat. Obviously, 3 of those 4 teams are playoff teams, and St. Louis is very close. So Pittsburgh playing very well right now. The home team has won all 3 meetings between these teams so far this year. I really lean with Pittsburgh. I have not pulled the trigger on Pittsburgh, but I think they're the way to go here in this game. They've got the hot goalie right now. When you look at offensively, the Pittsburgh Penguins are playing well. So I would really lean with Pittsburgh here. Why did I not pull the trigger? Well, both of these teams are not making the playoffs at this point. So yes, Pittsburgh's playing well, but I guess when you think of do they have someone to play for, they are facing a division rival. So maybe they get up to face the Islanders. As you can see, Crosby, Raquel, Malkin all have had success recently against the New York Islanders, all playing pretty well right now. So options for this game, ultimately, I have not got to anything here in this one. A little bit lower volume for me today, but we'll see. Crosby assist plus 100, not a bad look. Horvat assist plus 150. Pass, Pittsburgh and Boston have me hexed and jinxed for against. It's personal. LOL. Nicholas Earl, our resident Isles fan, is on the Islanders. Who saw that coming? Isles get to play their favorite goalie. They have low-key owned Pitt. Maybe, but the home team's won all 3 meetings so far. I would not be taking the Isles. It is Pittsburgh or pass here. Ultimately, I decided to pass. Malcolm Point plus 100, not a bad look at all. 3 of his last 4 games, 7 of his last 8 against the Islanders. Draw? I could see that. When Duclair is in the lineup for the Islanders, their chances of winning increase greatly. All right. Isles only 4 points out with 2 games in hand. They have something to play for. Maybe, but they're not making it. Sorry, Nick. You yourself 2 days ago said that it was over. So, moving on to our next game, Detroit Red Wings and the Washington Capitals. Detroit plus 140, Washington Capitals minus 165, home favorites. A total of 6 here in this game. And looking at this one here, kind of like the last game we just talked about, the home team has won both games here this season. The Red Wings winning 4-2 in Detroit, Washington 5-2 in Detroit. Looking at how these teams are doing heading into this game, well, Detroit's won 2 of their last 3. They've got a win against 7-3 win against the Buffalo Sabres. Then they lost 4-2 in Carolina, and then a nice 3-0 win against the Vegas Golden Knights in their last game. Washington did have a little bit of a losing funk there. 3 games in a row, 3 home games in a row. But then now have since won 6 of their last 7. And their offense has got back going. 5-4 against Ottawa, 3-2 against the Rangers, 5-2 against Detroit, 4-2 against Seattle, 7-4 against Anaheim. They did lose 3-0 in LA, but then a 5-1 win against San Jose in their last game heading into this one. Patrick Kane has had some success against the Capitals. 10-game point streak for him. Larkin, Raymond, they both have success against Washington as well in this one. Looking at this game here, Dylan Strome, a goal in 3 of 4 is kind of interesting. Obviously, he's been more of an assist guy. Obviously, Ovechkin's trying to get to that goal record. So Strome scoring in 3 of his last 4 is interesting. He missed practice due to an illness. He is going to play tonight, so he's not going to be out of the lineup. But the fact that he has had an illness is enough to keep me away from him. I will take Tom Wilson over half an assist here. He's gotten an assist in 6 of his last 7 games. So obviously playing well on that top line with Strome and Ovechkin, plus 154 at FanDuel for Tom Wilson to get an assist, and he's done in 6 of his last 7 games. I'll also take Mr. Carlson, who's heating up again. John Carlson, I'll take him over half an assist as well, plus 130. Obviously, if you guys remember a month or so ago, Carlson, I believe, had an 8 or 9 game assist streak, and we were cashing on him all the time. Went cold there a little bit, but he's back again. So we'll take Carlson assist, we'll take Wilson assist, and then most likely those guys are going to assist on an Ovi goal. I want to talk anyone taking something with Ovi, but ultimately Carlson and Wilson assists for me here in this one. Holmstrom point minus 111 or Carlson minus 102. All right. Caps minus 1.5 plus 150. Yeah, that's if I was going to bet a side in this game, that's the way I would go. Detroit is not making the playoffs. All right, I can agree with that. They had their hot streak when the coaching changed, but ultimately, Pierre-Luc Dubois assist plus 150. Does anyone think the Caps intentionally tank out and avoid the President's Trophy and its curse? No, because the Winnipeg Jets are going to win that for them. So the Winnipeg Jets are going to have them not having to worry about that. Strome is out. Are you sure? Because I saw that he was in. But bear with me for a second, and we will see if there's any other changes there. Bear with me for a sec. will play after missing practice yesterday. So he will play tonight, but he did miss practice. So ultimately not going to bet him, but he is supposed to play. Obviously that could change, but can't trust Detroit. Don't want to lay this number with Washington, though. Exactly. I agree. Larkin plus 180. All right. DeBrincat plus 180. Sounds good. You got to watch Strome live. His skating, timing, decision-making tells you whether or not he has it that night. He's an easy live read. Which makes sense, but kind of tough to bet his props beforehand if that's the case. Protus plus 300 and McMichael assist plus 225. Good luck. Detroit can only score in the power play. They're too small and too soft. Wow. All right. We'll continue on along to maybe the game of the night. Maybe. I think so. Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens. Ottawa around minus 135. Road favorites. The Habs plus 115. Home dogs. Total of 5.5 here in this one. So this is a really interesting game here. So if you look at previous history between these teams, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. Ottawa had won 9 in a row against Montreal, scoring 6, 6, 3, 5, 5, 5, 6, 4, 5. Ottawa had their way with Montreal for sweeping them in back-to-back seasons. However, this year, that 9-game win streak came to an end, and Montreal has won both meetings so far, 4-1 and 5-2. So we've kind of seen a little bit of a difference there with Montreal scoring the goals against the Sens. But looking at this game right now, this Ottawa Senators team is one of the hottest teams in the NHL, and I think they are playing their best hockey by far right now. But this Montreal team has been finding ways to win. They're in the playoff race. When it comes to a side in this game, I think it's incredibly tough to pick a side. I think this might be a draw spot. Now, we haven't really seen Ottawa go to overtime a lot recently over their win streak, but I would just say draw because I can't pick a side here. I am not going against the Ottawa Senators right now. There's something special about this Ottawa Senators team right now, but I don't want to bet against Montreal either. So ultimately, I can't bet a side in this game. Now, I can bet props because if you look at the screen here, there's a ton of different options here. We're going to start with Tim Stützle and Brady Tkachuk. I same game parlayed both of those guys to get a point. Obviously, we cashed in the last game with Stützle, Tkachuk, and Giroux. This time, I'm taking Giroux out. Nothing against him, but I'm going to take him out of the parlay here. Stützle over half a point. Tkachuk over half a point. As you can see, Stützle, 17 of his last 18 games. And then Tkachuk, a 9-game point streak. So parlay them both together. I got for plus 110. Sorry, plus 115 for both Stützle and Tkachuk, both to get a point here in this game. Other players to look at, Dylan Cousins has had success against Montreal, points in 4 of his last 5, and then points in 4 of his last 5 games overall. Sanderson has some history against Montreal as well, so you could look at him also. And for Montreal, I think if you guys look at the screen on the Montreal side, you guys should know one of my plays here. In fact, it's a full unit player prop here for me today. Give me goal Caulfield, anytime goal. He scored in 6 of his last 8 games and 7 of his last 9 games against the Ottawa Senators. He's had the scoring touch against the Senators, even when the Senators have dominated the Habs. Caulfield has been able to score against them. So we'll take goal Caulfield, anytime goal, plus 170. I got that for. And then Lane Hudson over half an assist. An assist in 6 of his last 8 games, and both games against the Ottawa Senators. Obviously, he's only played Ottawa twice in his career, both this year, getting assists in both games. Patrick Laine, he's got good numbers against Ottawa. Safkovsky's on a point streak as well. So lots of options here in this game. I looking at the total at 5.5. It's a bit interesting. Over 5.5 minus 120. I kind of lean that way. Obviously, with the prop history here, previous history against teams, and obviously how these teams have done against each other. A lot of overs, 5-4, 5-2, 6-2, the 4-1, 5-4, 4-1, 5-2. So really, the only games that have gone under, and then since 21-22, we've had some 3-2, 5-0, 4-1s, but there have been high-scoring games between these two. So I would expect us to maybe get 5 goals. Maybe we can get to the over, but for me, it's prop city here in this one. Ottawa versus Montreal is going to be a great watch tonight. Imagine if Ottawa keeps it going. I think they can. Like I said, when I've seen what this Ottawa team has done lately, I get it. Maybe not the strongest opponents overall in some of the games, but you can't change who you face. But they are playing really well right now, and they just have something special about them when I watch the Senators. So we'll see if they can keep it going here. Robert likes the Habs, plus 121. And hey, can't talk you off taking the Habs as a dog right now. Over 5.5 minus 122. I really lean that way. Dylan Cousins over half a point, plus 108. Not a bad look, obviously. Sens are nothing, not stepping in front of Ottawa at the moment. I agree. Wow, I agree with Nick again. But not really with the Sens part, just nothing. I can't bet against either of these teams right now, especially with the history being what it is. Obviously, Ottawa doesn't want to get swept this season by Montreal, so we'll see what happens. Over 6, I could see that. I think we get goals here. Tkachuk anytime goal. Kind of assisting more recently, so that's why I parlayed him. Caulfield, obviously, I like that. Slavkovsky assists, good in the price with that. Laine obviously has history against Ottawa. Sanderson Point, again, playing well, has good history against Montreal. There's lots of options you guys can go with, and you guys are already on top of it here. On top of it. Pinto plus 325. All right. Feel like this could be a trap game. I'm thinking lots of goals, but then watch it be a 3-1 game. Well, as long as Caulfield scores and Tkachuk and Stützle get a point, Hudson gets an assist, then I'll be happy. But I'm hoping for some goals. My kind of gut says 3-3 going to overtime and someone wins 4-3. I think that's my kind of gut feeling. Ottawa riding Allmark. Yeah, well, they've got it going right now, so you might as well. Finnegan just barked, so if you guys are betting the Finnegan barking underdog games, I know they cashed with the Wild the one time. I can't remember the last game if he cashed or not, but there you go. We'll move on. Oh, and going back here for goalies because I always forget about goalies. I should do that at the beginning. Linus Ullmark, Samuel Montembeault, no big surprise there. Peter Mrazek against Logan Thompson in the previous game. Here, Calgary and the New York Rangers. Bear with me as I find it. Dan Vladar should be playing. I thought I saw that he was confirmed somewhere else, but no, unconfirmed. Igor Shesterkin confirmed. No big surprise there here in this one. Calgary plus 205, road dogs. The New York Rangers minus 250, home favorites. Total 5.5 here in this one. And both of these teams are fighting for a wild card spot right now in their respective conferences. Yes, I get it. The Rangers are at home. And yes, I do think they're the better overall team. But minus 250, that's a bit much. That is a bit much here for the Rangers. That being said, I'm not going to take the Flames because of the odds. I don't think they win this game. But I think it should be priced a lot closer. I think that these teams are overall closer than what the odds tell us here. Ultimately, this game is a pass for me at this moment. JT Miller has good numbers against Calgary. He's been playing well recently. Adam Fox has been doing very well recently. I think you can get his point prop at a somewhat decent price. So I'd potentially look there. But this game, for me, just has that 1-0, 2-1 feel. Now, with Dan Vladar has played well. Obviously not as consistent as Dustin Wolf, but Vladar has shown that he can play very well at times. So I ultimately don't want to go near the total here, but I would lean with the under. I think this is a boring game, boring, low-scoring game. Maybe this one goes to a draw. Maybe. Anyone tracking Finnegan's record? Does he have a Calvertech account? No, he doesn't. But maybe I'll have to set him up with one. He can start making some money. Flames, first period, plus 165. Looking for a good first 20 minutes after they got embarrassed last night. I don't know if they hold on to the full game, though. Yeah, second night of a back-to-back. That could be a reason why for the price, but I don't want to touch the side here. Robert does like the side. He likes the Rangers to take care of business. Plus 110, and it to go over 6, and then Kadri to score. Plus 180. All right. And Miller to get an assist. There you go. I hope it's a high-scoring game for you, Robert, but I hope it is. My gut says no, but I hope for you it is. We'll go on to our next game here between the St. Louis Blues and the Nashville Predators. The Blues made it extremely difficult here with 7 players all hot right now. It was very difficult to fit all 7 here on the screen. So thanks a lot, Blues. Blues minus 115, Nashville Predators minus 105, a total of 5.5 here in this game. And kind of like the Montreal-Ottawa game, this game is very, very interesting. When you look at previous meetings between these teams, I'll go through them. 7-4, 6-3, 5-2, 8-3, 6-1, 5-2, a 1-0, a crazy 1-0 game. 6-2, 8-3, 7-4, 5-3, 4-3. Overs. There have been a ton of overs between these two teams, and a lot of very high overs. So like over 6.5, over 7.5. Now we see a 5.5 in this game. Why is that the case? Well, Nashville Predators have been an extremely under team right now. Their last game, a 1-0 overtime loss. Thank you, Quinton Byfield, for getting the winner for me there in that one. Previous to that, a 2-1 loss against the Ducks, 3-2 win against the Sharks, 3-2 win against Chicago. Nashville not scoring goals right now. The Blues on the other side coming off a 7-2 win against the Ducks, 5-1 win against the Wild before that. And then a 5-3 loss to Pittsburgh before that. So the Blues, they are scoring goals right now. They are scoring goals. Nashville is not. Previous history says heavy to the over, and Nashville has won 4 of the last 5 meetings. And Nashville, as I said, in the last 5 meetings between the teams, they scored 4, 6, 5, 8, and 6. So Nashville has really scored against the Blues, including the 7-4 game this season in December. And this Nashville Predators team has won 3 home games in a row. So there's that. Ultimately, when I look at this game, how do I back Blues props without having like 5 or 6 of them? Ultimately, I'm going with Jake Neighbors over 0.5 point. He's got a point in 8 of his last 10 games. He's on that top line with Thomas and Buchnevich, who are both playing well. And then Jake Neighbors to get a point is plus 130. So that is my favorite prop here in this game. Zach Bolduc to get a point. We've talked about Bolduc. He's been playing well. Falk and Fowler both have points in 4 or 5. They're plus money. And then a lot of Predators, O'Reilly, Stamkos, I don't have it on here, and then Forsberg have all had success against the Blues. So lots of factors here in this game to consider overall. Goaltenders, UC Saros likely, Joel Hofer confirmed here. Of course, Hofer was excellent against the Wild, stopping 17 of 18 shots. Now, that is against the Wild, who aren't scoring very much, and only 17 saves, so that's not a whole lot here. Ultimately, Jake Neighbors, over half a point, and I do have a premium play available on Capertech, full unit play in this game. But we'll jump into the chat here. Panarin plus 140. All right. Vladar is a sieve. Sometimes, but not all the time. He's kind of burned me. Burned. He's kind of burned me a couple times lately going against him, so we'll see what happens. But a great spot for the Flames to score first and the Rangers to win. All right. Please tell me you all cashed on Blues and Shen's 1,000th game on Sunday. That was free money. No, I did not. Preds money line, plus 105. All right, back in the Preds. Wow. Blues minus 115. The road to the playoffs continues for St. Louis tonight. Obviously, Nick has futures on Blues to make the playoffs. But it's not looking too bad. They've got a little bit of a fight to get there, but this is an important game. This is an important game against a bottom feeder team. Plus 140 for Forsberg. All right. Holloway plus 225. Over 5.5. Blues continue to take care of business. Blues are locked in and doing their best to catch up and chase a playoff berth. Yep, they're trying. Can they get there? Forsberg over 1.5 points, plus 210 boosted. There you go. Preds' only incentive is to play spoiler versus divisional opponent. Yeah, that's true. They don't have any stress, Nashville. They can just come out here and do whatever. There is some stress with the Blues, as losing this game would hurt them big time with the playoff race. I don't bet the Preds often, LOL, laughing. Yeah, same. But we'll continue on along. Another really interesting game here. We've got the Anaheim Ducks plus 290, the Dallas Stars minus 370, a total of 6 here in this game. And when I look at this one here, Anaheim has won both meetings against Dallas this year. They are going for the season sweep. The season sweep. They won 4-2 in Dallas and then 2-1 in Anaheim. Final game of the season between the teams here. Dallas has lost back-to-back games, 4-3 overtime in Colorado, 4-1 loss in Winnipeg, 4-1 win against Vancouver before that, and then a 5-4 loss in Edmonton. So overall, 1-2-1 road trip for the Stars. Not overall the best. Now they're coming home here. They're going to be pissed off on how. First of all, to be honest, Dallas shouldn't have even got to overtime against Colorado. It was 2 goals in 20 seconds. Did cash me my over 5.5, so thank you very much, Stars. But they didn't deserve to win that game. It goes to overtime. Makar ends up getting a goal. The Stars didn't deserve to win that game, but they got a point that they really need. Well, I don't know about really need. It's going to be tough to catch Winnipeg at this point, but they've got a chance. How I look at this game, yes, Anaheim has won both meetings this year, but this just feels like Dallas is going to smash here. But I don't really like what I've seen from Dallas lately. Obviously, you would have to take them minus 2.5. Let's see what the puck line is here for Dallas in this one. The puck line is minus 135 for Dallas in this game. So obviously, I'm not getting to the side here. I think Dallas wins, but they're minus 370. So there you go. Looking at player props here, Trevor Zegras. I took a shot with him and Leo Carlson in their last game. Neither got a point. But Zegras, an assist in 4 or 5, a point in 4 or 5 against Dallas. Cutter Gauthier, an assist in 6 of 8, a point in back-to-back against Dallas. So some Anaheim props you can look at for the Stars. I think parlaying that top line together, Robertson, Hintz, and Rantanen, would be the best way to go. Now, I know if you take 2 of the 3, it's definitely not going to be plus money with the price that these guys are. Yeah, if you take Robertson and Rantanen, it's minus 115. If you add Hintz in, it's plus 150. So plus 150 for the top line of the Dallas Stars, all to get a point. That would be the way I would go here, but ultimately I didn't get to anything in this game. Ultimately, this game is a pass. Ducks plus 302. Wow. There's value, but I don't know. Do we really see them sweeping the Dallas Stars? This Dallas line is ridiculous based off 2 losses in a row. Yeah, I can agree. I have a Toronto plus 275. All right. Ducks are a fade team for me. Not at this price, though. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. Stars haven't looked good with Rantanen. I don't know. There is someone that posted the Stars record since the Rantanen trade and the Hurricanes record since the Rantanen trade, and there might be something to this, but I want to see it longer term before I'm. Cutter Gauthier plus 400 for a goal and plus 300 for assists, and over 1.5 points plus 537. Wow, Robert. Wow. Robertson anytime goal plus 140. Rantanen plus 120. And Duchesne, who's heating up the last few games, plus 200. Good luck here. Final 3 games. This one, Seattle Kraken and the Chicago Blackhawks. Seattle, minus 155. Road favorites. The Hawks, plus 130. Home dogs. Total of 6 here in this game. And I don't want any part of this game. The Hawks, they've lost 4 in a row. All 4 on the road. Now they're heading back home here, which they're 13, 15, and 4 at home. So much better than their overall 20, 38, and 9 record. The Seattle Kraken, a little bit too late for the Kraken. They are playing better recently. Bear with me for a second. 3-1-1 in their last 5. Overtime loss to Winnipeg. A 4-2 loss to Washington. But wins against Utah, Montreal, and Philadelphia in that stretch. So Seattle playing pretty well right now, and they should win this game. But minus 155, I'd have to take the Kraken in regulation, and I just don't have any interest in doing that. This Kraken team is not making the playoffs this year. They're looking ahead to next season. So ultimately, unfortunately, another pass for me here. Now, Chandler Stevenson, Jordan Eberle, both doing well over this stretch. Brandon Montour also, and Montour has a history against Chicago, points in 4-6. And for the Hawks, Teravainen and Donato, parlay those 2 together. But other than that, this game here is a pass for me. I really like a couple of the games that we had, but that we talked about, but a lot of other games in the slate I'm just not interested in. Rantanen power play point. All right. And it's plus 180. There you go. The frustrating thing with power play points is sometimes the team might only get 1 power play and sometimes 0. And that's just very, very frustrating. Spencer Knight. So Hawks are pass. I'm pretty sure that Spencer Knight has not had the best couple games. I know obviously he started out very well in his debut for the Hawks, but I'm pretty sure obviously he was in there for that last game. Bear with me for a second as I bring it up. Spencer Knight, yeah, he's lost back-to-back. So the 3-0 game against Colorado, he only gave up 2 goals, and then 3 goals in the last game against San Jose. So not overly horrible, but I have no interest in obviously backing the Hawks. Kraken puck line, best of luck. McCann, Donato, and Teravainen, 1 point each, plus 340. Same game parlay. All right. Kraken steel coin. Well, I haven't heard that for a while. Not heard that for a while. Kako, anytime point, and then Montour. Yeah, Montour is a good luck, plus 102, just to get a point. I like that. I like it. But on to our next game, the Utah Hockey Club against the Edmonton Oilers. Utah plus 135. Road Dogs, Edmonton Oilers minus 160 home favorites. Total of 6 here in this game. There is rumors that Utah has already chosen their name. Now, in most recent updates that I've seen, when it comes to trademarking, Utah Mammoth has been trademarked. Apparently, Hockey Club is still there's still a possibility for Hockey Club, but it is looking like it's going to be Utah Mammoth, which is kind of interesting. But still, they're still called Hockey Club here until obviously it's officially announced. I would hope that they would go with Mammoth. This isn't soccer. Utah Hockey Club, I get it for the first season is okay, but forever, I just think that's a huge mistake. But anyways, Utah right now, Schmaltz and Keller are the consistent guys for Utah. For Edmonton, well, it's those 3 that you see here on the screen. Ultimately, this game is another pass for me here. Utah obviously trying to make the playoffs. Edmonton, a tough team to play here. Edmonton has some good stats against Utah, but Edmonton props, as you all know, are pricey and expensive. So ultimately, no plays for me here. And I didn't even mention goalies. Of course, I never do. But Andre confirmed for the Stars in the game we talked about. Spencer Knight, like Nick said, confirmed for Chicago. Calvin Pickard confirmed for Edmonton here. Kralovic Melka unconfirmed in this game. Ultimately, I just don't really like this game too much. Don't like it. Seattle goaltending duo playing better as of late. Yeah. Even shockingly, Grubauer hasn't been a sieve. Sup, dudes? Hi, Olaf. How's it going? Robert says hi. Over 6 in this game. I can see that. Ekholm returns. Pickard starts. All right. Cooley plus 275 has gone a little bit cold. Unfortunately, Gunther too. Come on, Gunther. I need you. I need you to get 56 points. So I need you. I need you to get some points here. Utah Outlaws money line. Nope. Bad spot for Edmonton. Yeah, potentially. And obviously, I have a season point total on Utah for the season point total. I think 87.5 points. So go Utah, but no play for me. Draisaitl plus 110 anytime goal MVP. There you go. I'm pretty sure he didn't score in the last game, though. I'm pretty sure. McDavid, 2+ goals, plus 450 boosted. Good luck. Good luck. But final game of the night, the Winnipeg Jets and the Vancouver Canucks. Winnipeg minus 170, road favorites. Vancouver plus 145, home dogs. Total 5.5 here in this game. I've tried to not necessarily fade Winnipeg, but I've tried to bet against Winnipeg this season, and it doesn't go well. Obviously, the Jets with the best record in the NHL. Now, I guess I should actually make sure that they are 98 points, and Washington 96. So a 2-point lead, but they are the best team in the NHL this year. No goaltenders confirmed here for this one. I hate to pass 4 games in a row to end the slate, but I do like those few early games better. Here in this one, Kyle Connor has had good success against Vancouver, multiple points in 5 of his last 6 games. So I would look at Connor props here if you wanted to bet props here. Pettersson didn't score in the last game. Now it's going to be a very tough opponent here in the Jets. This game, I think, under 5.5 could be a good look. I think this is potentially, again, a boring 2-1 type of game. So that would be my lean here, the under in this game. Cooley scored last game. Okay, but previous to that, he had been cold. So Hayden plus 280. All right. Jets -1. The Canucks collapse continues. Oh, Nick, I wonder who you want to take that spot. St. Louis, obviously, but Jets puck line, plus 154. Call Connor, plus 140. Not a bad look. Morrissey assist, plus 125. And then Pettersson, plus 275. Not a horrible look with how he's done this season. OwnersBox Fantasy Sports. I have already locked in a team in the salary cap section for tonight's game, for tonight's games. So if you want to go ahead against me, join OwnersBox, promo code TEPICS, and it is the top tournament there, the $10 one. Go against me in the salary cap section. Premium plays, I believe only one play here in that St. Louis-Nashville game. You can go and get it on CapperTech. Link is in the description below. If you guys like the show, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. Baseball show should be coming out later tonight. Obviously, it's going to be a much lower volume game for me. Probably 1 or 2 plays. So. But I'll try to get a video for that out later tonight. Or I might just make it a premium play. So we'll see. Lots of baseball coming, but might go a little bit late. I remember last year in the games in Korea, I believe, I really struggled with those first 2 games and had a really hot start to the season after that. So might kind of go low volume here with tomorrow's game. Quinn Hughes assists, -143. Velarde point, not a bad look at all. Not a bad look. Actually, I have Canucks no playoffs ticket. Blues making it would be a plus 1,100 bonus. Okay, that explains it. So hopefully a double winner for Nick if both of those come true. But good luck. Thank you for watching. And we will see you guys on the next show. Should be good for tomorrow. I know it's a small slate, but should be good. If not, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Best of luck to everyone on tonight's slate. Thanks for watching, guys.